So, you might have heard me say this on my Twitch channel if you've been watching my streams, especially my building stream that I did earlier today. But I'm going to be starting a new series where I take level requests, and you guys can drop your requests in the description. I'll put the link to the forum down there, and you might have to copy and paste it into a browser because YouTube removed clickable links from my channel, unfortunately. I don't know why, but they did, and it's very stupid, but they did that. So you'll probably have to copy and paste it into a browser, but I'm starting a new series where I take level requests and then I will analyze them. And I'm not a GD mod, but I'm going to analyze them and provide my feedback and my thoughts on the level and what I would send it for if I was a GD mod. And I'm hoping that by doing this I can help up-and-coming creators like be able to master new techniques and just help them on their creating endeavors, because stuff like this definitely helped me get better at creating, and I wouldn't be where I am now with my skills if I didn't pay attention to stuff like this and the feedback people gave me. And I don't have any creator points, but I would say I'm pretty good at creating. I just don't release enough levels consistently to really get creator points, but I'm working on a solo, Braindead. You might have seen the previews for it. It's going to be epic, I can tell you that. But anyway, why don't we get started? Today's level is on Backlash by Jeikins, Adriam71, Eglitched, Sharkdex, Hilsh, Partyboy3, Hikex, SrLuipech, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Fadeoff, and GT8. I will show you guys the showcase of the level, and then I will give you my feedback after the showcase. Alright, so, to start off, for the pre-drop, Adriam and Eglitched parts. I feel like this is one of the strongest sections of the level. The gameplay has great song representation, and it slowly builds to the drop. And the gameplay does a really good job at gradually becoming more and more intense throughout the pre-drop, especially in Eglitched's part. And as for the decoration, the effects match the building intensity of the level and of the song really, really well. This whole first part is just really, really cool and engaging. The details in Adriam's part are especially really cool, with like the details in the block design. Then we get to the first part of the drop, Sharkdex's part. Now, unfortunately, in this part, the gameplay suffers from a lack of excitement, and it doesn't really match the intensity of the song very well. The decoration, though, and the effects make up for this for the most part, because the decoration and the effects are really cool, and they're really intense. The gameplay is a very weak area in this part. It's kind of boring, not gonna lie. If the gameplay was matched to the song more, this would be one of the strongest parts of the level, I think. And if the decoration wasn't as intense as it is, I think it would be, like, the weakest part. Just on a very teeter-tottery type deal, whatever. Moving on, we have Jeikins' first part, because he has 2 parts in this level, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but I think he has 2 parts, and this is his first part. And this is definitely my favorite part in the whole level. The gameplay is extremely fun and interesting, and the decoration is just incredible and represents the song perfectly. That rotating planet in the background is something else, man. That was extremely cool. The effects add a bunch of layers to this part that I can't even begin to describe, honestly. If I'm being honest, I found nothing wrong with this part. I'm just gonna say it. This part was incredible. Next up we have Hilsh's part. I believe this is Hilsh's part, but I'm not sure because it doesn't have a name in it anywhere. But I couldn't find Hilsh's name anywhere else, so I'm assuming this is Hilsh's part. Also, if I keep looking this way, it's because my OBS is on my second monitor over here, so whatever. You get it. Hilsh's part. I think this is also one of the strongest parts of the level. The gameplay is really straightforward in this part, and it doesn't move up and down a lot, but it still represents the song really well, and it's still really fun. And the decoration is also really, really good in this part, and it continues the very energetic vibe from Sharkdex and Jeikins' part, and it makes that part of the level just really energetic and engaging, and fun too. Hilsh's part has some incredible gameplay, just like Jeikins' part. I'm so used to saying Jenkins. It's a Jeikins. Or Jeikins? I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to assume it's Jaikin. But next up we have Party Boy's part. And I have very similar thoughts to this part as I do for Hilsh. It's very fun, and the decoration is really, really good too for this part. And it continues the same vibe that the previous parts of the level had really well. I just think that the first part of the drop section is just really fun altogether, from Sharkdex to Party Boy. It's just an incredible section of the level. And I believe this is where Jeikins' second part is. In his next part, the song kind of starts to change tune, and it becomes faster and deeper and more intense, I guess. And he addresses that build-up really well with that ball part, where it starts to build up speed even more, and there's just the flashy effects and the crazy block design and the tilted structures. It's incredible. Both of Jeikins' part in this level are amazing. Definitely the strongest parts of the level, in my opinion. And then, when you're thrown into Hikex's part, it's interesting. I'll just say that. Because Hikex's part, it's really dark. And there are effects, but they're nowhere near as intense as the effects in the last few parts. And so, the part just feels lackluster compared to the other parts. The gameplay continues to be fun, and the gameplay itself has really good song representation in this part, but the decoration just lacks from having good song representation, unfortunately. I think this part had a lot of potential, but it's just so dark that you can't really see a lot of details other than the effects, because the effects are really bright compared to everything else. And so, if I'm being honest, I think this was the weakest part of the level. It's still really fun, though. I will give it that. And then we get to SrLuipech's part, and that part has some really interesting gameplay, I'll tell you right now. Out of all the parts, it's probably the part with the least straightforward gameplay, but it's also some of the most fun. The dash orbs at the end of the part sync extremely well to the music, and there's these glitch effects that go when you hit the dash orbs that make that part have really good song representation. And SrLuipech's usage of colors is also really cool. Like, I love the purple. And I would say the same thing about Fadeoff's part, too. Fadeoff's part is really cool as well. Everything... The Fadeoff and SrLuipech's... SrLuipech's part both are just really solid. And the effects in both of those parts are really cool and really intense, and it perfectly matches the gameplay and the intensity of the song, I think. And the last part, GT Neon's part, is interesting. It feels strangely out of place, because the gameplay continues in its intensity and fun factor, and it continues with kind of the same vibe as the gameplay in the last few parts. But the decoration is just so different from the rest of the level in this part that when you get to it, it's kind of jarring, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not really a fan of the sudden change in decoration style right there, but by itself, the decoration is really cool. I love the neon blue vibe, and the red contrasting details add a layer of depth that just makes it just complements itself really well. However, that would be incredible in a level if the whole level was that style. I feel like since the rest of the level isn't really that style of deco, it's just kind of, it's out of place. And so, I'm not really a fan of the sudden change, but it's still a really solid part. And finally, the end screen. Wow, the end screen is just incredible, with like the different fonts flashing in and out. I love that. Maybe it's because of it kind of reminds me of Hurricane's end screen, and I love Hurricane, but I don't know, that end screen is just really cool in my opinion. Okay, so that was specific details about each part, but overall, I think this, I would say this is an easy demon. Maybe mid-range to difficult, easy demon. It's too easy to be a medium demon, so yeah, I would say it's an easy demon, and it's really, really cool. This level is incredible. It has extremely intense and really fun gameplay, and the decoration combined with the effects throughout the level make the song representation impeccable. Though it does have its weak areas, like I've talked about, I think it's still an amazing level. If I was a mod, I would definitely send this for an epic demon rate. Jeikins and your whole team, you guys did an incredible job making this level. Such a banger. Thank you guys for watching. That was my level analysis of On Backlash by Jeikins and more. I really hope this level can get rated because it's incredible, like I've said. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments, if I should continue with this series, because I want to help people get better at creating. And with this level, most of these creators are already experienced, but I feel like I can still give a pretty good analysis of it. And let me guys know what you think in the comments of me doing this series. I think I like it. I think this is a good thing. And so I'm going to try and do a few of these a week. I don't know if I'll be able to do one every day, but I want to try and do a few every week. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4. But yeah, let me guys know what you think of the level in the comments as well. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys all in the next video, which I will probably release tomorrow. I will be talking about a controversial topic in the community. You probably know what I'm talking about because of what's happened in the last few days. But yes, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching.